Day after China released images of India's intrusion, now the Ministry of External Affairs has released a point-by-point rebuttal of China's claims. In fact, the MEA said that on the 16th of June, a PLA construction party entered the Doklam area and attempted to construct a road. The royal government of Bhutan had even publicly stated that it has lodged a protest with the Chinese government through their embassy on the 20th of June. Only yesterday, the Foreign Ministry of Bhutan had issued a statement underlining the construction of the road inside Bhutanese territory, which is a direct violation of the treaty. In coordination with the RGOB, Indian personnel who were present at the general area approached the Chinese construction party, urging them to desist from changing the status quo. These efforts still continue. India is deeply concerned at the recent developments at the border and the recent action by the Chinese, conveying to the Chinese government that such construction would represent a significant change of status quo with serious security implications for India as well. Anand Krishnan joins us for more on this. Anand, so I was just reading out that point-by-point rebuttal by the Ministry of External Affairs. But tell me something. The strongly worded demarche by the Bhutanese Foreign Ministry asking Chinese to stop construction in the area that falls in the Bhutanese territory is a vindication of India's stand, isn't it?
That's absolutely right, Avantika. I think there's no, it's absolutely clear now that India was aiding Bhutan, which failed to convince the PLA to stop its activity on June 16th. China, however, brushing aside those arguments today again in Beijing, saying it was India that trespassed on June 18th by stopping the Chinese construction work. And China also saying that this area, Doklam, belonged to China since ancient times. There was no dispute there, so they had the right to carry out the construction activity. So Beijing again holding firm today, despite the statements from Bhutan yesterday and the statement from India today, claiming that China was trying to, in effect, alter the status quo in an area where all three countries have very legitimate rights and interests.
Oh, absolutely. Now, tell me something, Anand. After the demarche from Bhutan's foreign ministry, any recent statements coming in from the Chinese side? Because, you know, I just wanted to understand just how serious has this escalation been, because it is very important for all the parties to display restraint right now over this matter.
That's right. I think it's also important to note that China and Bhutan do not have diplomatic relations. So there's no Bhutan diplomatic presence here in Beijing. And Bhutan's demarche was conveyed to the Chinese embassy in Delhi. And Beijing has been trying to play down the Bhutan angle in a strange way by saying there is no dispute and it's our land. And they're focusing more on India's response, which is the tactic that China has been deploying for the past week now since the standoff has become public.